Sports on Tap is brought to you by Jason Stiltner at Flagstar Bank, Go To Pro Plumbing, Land and Sea Motorsports.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen.
We are tonight's entertainment.
We're here to fuck shit up.
Sports the way it should be. Nothing sugar-coated, with loaded with all the information you wanted. From legends to prospects, nothing's off limits. Chris and Joe be taking on all topics with no stopping. They keep it rolling and going and ball hopping at a rate that's hard stopping. With news that's jaw dropping, they're getting it in. Sports Center competition, man, they in it to win. This ain't a fluke, from Carolina to Duke, from MSU to Michigan. You'll know if you listening, and you ain't, you missing it. All the excitement, they shock like a thundercloud and live with lightning. Get it together, you know ain't nobody better. Bring heat than cold weather. You better put on a sweater, you better just let it go when all come and attack. Sit back, relax, let's tell them it's on tap.
We'll do it live. Fuck it.
Welcome to this week's edition of Sports on Tap. I am Chris Scott, alongside Frank Giagata and Joe Waddell. Gentlemen, how are we?
Doing all right.
I mean, yeah, I know you were racing. You guys are racing. You know, the head of the show to try to get our call feature fixed and ready to go.
Yeah,
see, it seems to be working now. So
fingers crossed.
Right. So if you guys want to give us a call or shoot us a text at 313-403-8448, by all means, go ahead and do it. Before we get into what we're going to talk about today, because we really didn't come up with anything, so we're just going to kind of wing it this week, which we normally do anyway.
Yeah, we normally do anyway. And the thing is, there's very little in sports going on right now.
Next week
with football coming back, it's going to be much better. Yeah. But I mean, we have some things to talk about. It's just nothing that we had to necessarily prepare for. That's all.
Exactly. But you said before we get into whatever it is we get into, I want to give a shout out to everybody who voted for us in our intro tournament. We ended up winning.
Yes.
We took first place. We ended up winning. So, again, I want to thank all you guys who voted for us. That's just absolutely outstanding. Thank you guys so much. We greatly appreciate it.
Yeah. I mean, I just echo those sentiments. It was fantastic for everybody to vote for us and to help us win. So it's really pretty awesome for us. We're excited. Out of 64 podcasts throughout either the U.S. or the world. I'm not sure. There was a lot of podcasts.
Yeah, there was.
64 different podcasts, and we won the tournament. So that's really awesome, and we thank you so much for that. And there's another vote coming up this week. Pay attention to our Facebook page. We will be having another contest this week against the podcast who hosted the tournament to see which podcast intro wins. Just kind of out of fun.
Yeah,
just a fun.
It's like the final boss.
Yeah,
it's the analogy you used earlier was perfect. It was like going up against Tyson and Tyson's punch out. You know,
like you knock everybody else out.
Right.
You knock them out of the competition. You weed your way through, and then all of a sudden you got Tyson standing there, and you're like, all right, well, it was one more fight.
so if you guys could vote for us for that, that would be even better. We would again be greatly appreciative of that. So just wanted to get that out there before we dive in here. Once again, thank you.
Yeah, and we want to thank everybody for helping push us along. It's been a great year.
Yeah,
and we've come a long way.
We're going a little bit.
Yeah, and we've come a long way, and it's not just because of us. It's because of everybody who listens to us and supports us, and it's really cool that you've supported us through this, and we've gained supporters along the way.
Sponsors, which again we're very appreciative of.
Very appreciative of our sponsors: Jason Stiltner, Baldman Entertainment, Land and Sea, Go To Pro Plumbing.
And we got some. We got ones coming up.
We've got some more coming up next week. So, and we've gained Jason Stiltner, who was on for a while, but and then we got Baldman Entertainment. We have another one coming up next week, and we appreciate every single one of you for helping push us along in that direction. So, thank you.
Yes, thank you very much.
All right.
With that being said, I like we kind of said, there's not really a whole bunch going on in the world of sports right now. I mean, the Olympics are over, and frankly, I think it's by far the least interested I've ever been in an Olympics. Like,
I agree.
Ever.
Sadly, I think the ratings also show that.
And we kind of touched on this last week. It was just there's a lot of factors that went into it. Like NBC's coverage of it was just horrendous. But I just think there just wasn't there wasn't any buzz around it because, frankly, I don't even think they should have had it. It's just, I don't.
It was just awkward for me.
It was.
I couldn't find what I wanted to watch half the time, and then when I would find what I thought was what I wanted to watch, it wasn't what I wanted to watch.
Exactly.
And it was on a different channel, and it was just awkward. There was no crowd. There was no. It was just really.
I think that's one of the things that turned me off to it.
Yeah, it was just really weird, and I couldn't put my finger on exactly why. I just did not enjoy it as much as I've enjoyed other Olympics, and whether it was the crowd, whether it was the fact that I couldn't find things, or it was I don't know. I can't put my finger on it. It was just strange, and I didn't enjoy it.
Usually you go into Olympics, and there's usually like a few athletes that it's like appointment television, like you want to watch, like Usain Bolt or Michael Phelps, people like that. And this year I really didn't find anybody like that, like I had to watch.
Right.
And I even the men's track and field. I didn't watch any of it at all. Even the women's track and field, didn't watch any of it at all.
Yeah, I didn't catch any of those events.
I watched about 5 minutes of the men's basketball. That's about it.
See, with basketball, I found funny with this whole tournament for the Olympics, just because we went from the bubble.
Yep.
Shortly after that, the season started back up, and now it was. A couple of days between when the season ended and when the Olympics start? Like
when Devin Booker and those guys got over there, like right after the NBA finals.
It's just kind of a situation where I'm basketballed out.
Yeah, I can understand that.
Like the Olympics is always cool because things are kind of on pause and it's not, you don't have a year and a half of a sport going straight through.
Right.
But I mean, that all being said, Winter Olympics coming up next year, I'm not really excited for those either.
I am. If there's a big if the NHL and the IIHF kind of get their shit together, and
they have schedules made for both situations.
Yes,
from what I read earlier.
Yes, they do.
See, and I'm actually looking forward to the Winter Olympics. I don't know why I've always been more drawn to the Winter Olympics anyway.
Same here, just because of the hockey, period.
Well, the hockey, but I really enjoy watching the skiing and the luge and the bobsled. I don't know why.
Curling, baby.
I was
going to say,
curling is fun to watch. Yes, curling is fun to watch too.
I enjoy the hell out of the speed skating event too.
Oh,
yeah.
I love curling.
Yeah, speed skating is fun to watch. I don't know why, but almost all the Olympic events to me are just really fun to watch.
Yeah.
I could not know any fucking person on there, and I'm watching it, sitting on the edge of my seat going, come on, let's get it, go.
Cross country skiing, I'll say no, because that's just incredibly boring to me.
Well,
but
yeah. Well, and the one where they cross country ski and then they shoot and then they do. Yeah, I'm not into that.
No, I'm all right with
the
that.
majority of them, the downhill skiing,
it's
the
great.
luge, the bobsled, the hockey, obviously.
the skeleton, man. The skeleton's awesome.
That's all really fun to watch.
Absolutely. But the curling part of it is so funny. You'll watch it, and the more you watch it, then you
Sweep, motherfucker, sweep.
I love the pictures that they show. The young lady who was barred from competing this year. I can't remember her name, but
the runner.
Yeah, the runner,
Sha'Carri Richardson.
Yeah, they'll show a picture of her and they'll say this is an Olympian, and then they'll show the U.S. men's curling team, which looks like the three of us and two other guys that look just like us thrown in there.
Yeah,
and it's like this is also an Olympian.
But so
we had a comment on our feed here by Steve Waddell. Actually, is who from Bald Man Entertainment. Actually,
oh right, what's up, Steve?
He said it's well deserved. So Steve, we appreciate that.
Thank you,
and you're well deserving as well. So we just love and appreciate every one of you out there.
Absolutely,
for sure,
100%.
We're glad to partner with people like you.
Absolutely,
in doing what we do.
Absolutely, you guys definitely help us out a tremendous amount. So again, we are very appreciative of that.
Yeah. So not to throw a wrench in what we were talking about, but
no,
I always want to bring up comments and interactions with us. So,
but yeah, like I said, this is by far the least I've been interested in the Olympics, but it's what it is. I hope 2024 is better, and I hope the Winter Olympics are better. But I mean, we'll see. I think
part of the problem too, though, is the fact that where they were located. Prime time for the Olympics was 2 o'clock in the morning.
I think 2024. I think it's in Paris.
So it's not going to be much better.
Yeah, it's not going to be and even the winter ones. It's going to be. I think it's in.
I was going to say it's
in China. I think
isn't it Tokyo?
No, it's not in Tokyo. It's somewhere that's going to be a bad time difference. I forget exactly where.
Stat girl.
Yeah,
Stat girl.
We really need to get one of those.
We do. 100%.
We ask for her every week and we never get her.
I think we had one at one point.
Yeah, no, I agree with everything you just said.
Yeah, so
we did. Yeah.
I don't know if you guys saw it this weekend, but Joe, you being a huge football guy, I'm sure you watched a little bit of it if you could.
Beijing,
yeah. So there you go. I know you being a big football guy. If you watch a little bit of it, I'm sure you.
The Hall of Fame game?
Yeah, no, not the Hall of Fame game because the Hall of Fame game is just useless. Granted, yes, it signals football is back, and that's great.
I watched it.
Of course you did.
I didn't care about who was playing, and the fact that those guys are going to be bagging groceries in a couple weeks.
Right.
It was football.
Exactly. I saw
football is back.
I was just talking about the Hall of Fame in general.
Yes.
With the induction ceremony.
I actually did not watch the ceremonies.
Really?
I caught a little bit of them afterwards. But no, I had my daughter and I wasn't able to pay attention to any of them.
Yeah. It was funny seeing Lions fans freak out that Calvin wasn't going to acknowledge the organization and things like that. And he technically didn't, but he acknowledged the fans, which I thought was cool.
I was going to say he played it the right way.
He did. He didn't acknowledge the Lions directly, but he acknowledged
there was
the fans.
No mention of the Ford family. There was no mention of Mr. Ford,
You know
Mrs.
what?
Ford, or Sheila.
Call it petty, call it what you want, and I think both of them are petty to a degree, but it's just, dude, just pay the man his money. Come on.
Pay that man his
Exactly.
money.
I wish you had that drop right now. That would have been
I know.
sweet.
Note to self: get that drop.
Get that drop. But I mean, at this point, just end this nonsense. Honestly, he's arguably one of the best receivers to ever play the game. But you've had two of arguably the best football players to ever play the game retire on you because your organization is shit.
I have a real interesting point though with the Calvin Johnson thing.
Okay.
Did you get to watch his speech on Sunday?
I didn't get to watch all of it. I heard clips here and there,
bits and pieces of it.
Yeah.
Joe, have you got to watch any part of it?
Bits and pieces, probably less than Chris.
Okay. So Calvin's speech, if you're aware of what Calvin's doing right now, Calvin has started his own marijuana business.
Good for him.
And it was a lot of pushing his business. My question is that at this point why the Lions have not mended the fence?
If it is, that's an incredibly stupid fucking reason.
But again, I know the organization.
It's Lion-esque.
I've watched them for years. They play the ultra conservative side when it comes to situations like this. I'm wondering if they're almost just keeping him separate until we see how the marijuana debate plays out nationally, including in the NFL. It's just something that came to mind with the way he was talking about it.
If it is, then again, that's totally Lion-esque and incredibly fucking stupid.
I agree with that.
Your league has the league itself has legalized it. Mm-hmm. So you're gonna play the holier than now card that you want to distance.
It's a Lions move, though.
But this is another reason why I despise this fucking franchise. If that is in fact the case, that's what they're doing.
SOL.
It's come on. It's just dumb. But again, it comes down to the Fords, and that is the one common denominator, and always will be until they're extinct, until they no longer have anything to do with this fucking organization. And it's sad. It's sad because again, you can hire all the Dan Campbells you want, and we'll get to that in a fucking minute.
oh, that's coming up.
Oh, that's coming up.
That's coming. We've got a couple of treats.
Yes, we do. You can hire all the Dan Campbells you want. You can hire all the good front office people, which they have this year. I'll give them credit for that. But as we've said for decades, as long as the Ford family has anything to do with this franchise, it's always going to be the same bullshit. Always.
Mm-hmm. And that's why I question it.
You should, because honestly, that I can absolutely see that being a thing, 100%.
Well, I mean, you're not questioning too much. You went to Dan Campbell's backyard and had a bonfire, right?
Yeah. How's the campfire, buddy?
It wasn't as fun as he made it sound off the rip. I know Joe's.
Oh, really?
I know Joe's got the whole drop.
Oh,
we'll get to that in a second.
Yeah, we'll get to that. We'll get to that.
Yeah, it sounded like it was supposed to be a hell of a lot more fun than it actually was. Instead, it was just kind of sitting there watching the team practice, checking out what they got going on. And
did you throw any gasoline on that fire?
I did not.
Did you guys toast?
I chose not to participate.
Did you guys toast marshmallows? No, you didn't toast.
There were children, from what Crazy Dan said, that were roasting marshmallows.
Crazy Dan. We're using that.
Oh yeah, 100%.
We're using that.
Any kneecaps bitten off? Everything was good there?
No, I came back with both of my knees. I thought that I may end up losing one, maybe a second, but he did not bite off any of my kneecaps.
Well,
and nobody I was with.
That's a good thing, I guess.
Yeah.
Depends on how you look at it.
I mean,
did we want to talk more about the Hall of Fame before?
I do.
Before we go into
Captain Dan. And
we'll get back
bonfire.
into that because I don't want to derail us from the Hall of Fame talk. But we're gonna talk more about that one, Frank, because when you messaged us on
when Frank
Saturday,
takes a field trip to Ford Field for a bonfire, I fully expect on Tuesday you two will have your own roast.
Well, you knew that was going to happen because you fully made us aware of things as it went along. Like, you kept us in the loop.
I told you beforehand that I was going.
Right.
And as it was going on, I went, okay, there's cameras all over the place, so this is definitely going to be, at a minimum, on the news. I didn't realize the Lions Facebook page themselves would be blasting some of this insanity across them, but...
You didn't think the Lions Facebook or...
No, I
really?
really kind of thought that whole bonfire speech would probably not make it onto the web. I figured if it did, it would be some dipshit like myself.
Of course it would make it onto the web.
It.
They want to push Dan Campbell for all. He's going to milk the shit out of that dude.
Oh,
to steal one from Dogecoin right now, Campbell is being pushed to the moon.
Oh, 100%.
To the moon.
Yeah, they're gonna milk the shit out of that guy.
He's being pushed more than Dogecoin, actually. I'm telling you, like, he's turned into a cartoon, a circus. Like, he just, I know we've discussed it before, but that's what he's turned into me. He's turned into, like, the mascot of the Lions. He's like the Lions mascot.
He's Bubbles.
He's like the Lions man. Like, they trot him out there all the time. And
Rory's there just to be in the stands, but Campbell's the mascot on the sidelines.
Yeah, like, they trot him out there and go,
I think that's
just do Dan Campbell shit, please. Like, they're just like, go do Dan Campbell shit. And he just goes out there and
just be you.
I was looking for him at one point because they were running scrimmages at the end, obviously.
How did they look?
They looked really good against themselves. So do with that what you will.
All right.
The measuring sticks to Detroit Lions. Offense looked great against the defense. Defense, not so great against the offense.
Sounds about right.
Sounds pretty normal, actually.
But I'm looking up and down either sideline. I didn't see Campbell on the sidelines whatsoever. This shithead was talking to fucking Goodell the entire time.
Oh, was he?
Yeah.
I mean, you should probably pay attention to your team
right,
on the
that's
field
what
that's
I'm
practicing.
figuring, we're all kind of watching this. There's a couple things I saw. We have a backup lineman. This dude's like 6'9", 345, just an absolute monster of a human being. So they'll cut him in like 2 weeks and he'll become an all-pro somewhere else.
Yeah, I hope Cleveland picks him up.
There you go.
But
they can use some backup offensive linemen.
Right. And with the size like that, you'd figure at worst he's going to be okay.
Yeah.
But
we'll see.
Just watching things go on, he didn't seem to be paying any attention to what was going on that field.
That's what happens when you're the mascot. You don't have to pay attention.
No, he's trying to hype up the crowd, man.
Yeah, he was too busy talking about bonfires and throwing gasoline on shit.
Oh
that's his thing. This is what we're gonna do, brother. Okay, this is what we're gonna do. Here's what we're gonna do, and then I'm gonna tell you what we're gonna do. Fucking
there you go. Yes.
My hatred for him grows every day.
I know it does.
And yet it's still not as high as my hatred for Adam Gase, which actually got brought up at work today.
As a matter of fact, last week it got brought up at my work. Last week, too, I swear to God.
I was going to say, I feel like a week doesn't go by where your hatred for Adam Gase gets mentioned somewhere by somebody.
So at work, we were actually talking about this subject right here about having...
About me going to Ford Field?
Yeah, and about Dan Campbell's speech and about his other speeches. And I said the only head coach this year that was a worse hire, in my opinion, is Nick Sirianni from the Eagles.
Yeah.
Because that guy didn't even look like he knew he was a head coach in the NFL.
No.
At least Dan Campbell knows he's supposed to be a head coach in the NFL.
He looked like my junior year fucking English teacher.
Well, and he just was stuttering. Like he said like 20 minutes of words that you put them together and they didn't even make like one legit sentence, and you couldn't put a coherent thought in there anywhere.
And there was
like,
no
what are you talking about?
And he talked to you the entire time like this.
Yeah.
And it was just straight matter of fact.
well, and then
I say words.
And then I put words together, and there's lots of words, and you're supposed to.
I use the best words.
I motivate people by my actions, not by my words.
Obviously. But yeah, so then we got into the talk about the worst press conferences, and Adam Gaze's came up where his eyes were bugging out of his head. He looked like he just snorted coke before he went out there, and it came up that literally
it would explain his coaching ability.
Yeah, right. He might have wanted to snort some of that coke before he went out and coached games because he didn't do those very well.
If you're coaching the Jets, I mean, come on, man.
But no matter who he coached, he was the worst coach on the field. No matter what team he was coaching
he
against.
did not do so hot in Miami either.
He was. I don't know how that man kept getting a job, but thank God he didn't, other than in high school. So anyway,
yes. Anyways,
off my hatred for Adam Gase.
Yes. Anyways, back to the Hall of Fame stuff, which that's kind of how we started this whole topic.
Yes.
And of course, we kind of derailed like we normally do. But
I was going to say, but when it comes to making fun of somebody on this show, that's one thing that's going to happen is we are going to get at it and then have to back off of it numerous times.
And I know the number's out there, but if you want to call or text us, 313-403-8448. Again, 313-403-8448. Give us a call or a text if you want to talk about anything we're talking about.
Yes.
Or anything you have in mind.
Absolutely, anything.
Yeah. Open lines.
Open line.
Open line.
Open line.
Yeah, come on, somebody call. We're trying to figure out if this thing works or not.
Yeah, right. But like I said, I caught a little bit of the Hall of Fame inductions and things like that. But obviously, when Peyton got, when he finally went in and got inducted and everything like that, that was cool because everybody was kind of making fun of him because his bust. I saw his bust. I'm like, I'm surprised they had enough bronze to actually do it.
His dad literally walks up to his bust because his dad was the one who introduced him, and his dad comes up to the bust and just goes. And puts his hand right on the forehead.
Right.
Just like, don't pay attention to
that's
this.
Awesome.
Please don't pay attention to the forehead.
First of all, there's no chance that Archie's entire hand fits on
right.
like the full scale of his forehead.
And like Brady going there and saying, I'm just making sure he's done.
Brady's reaction to getting booed might have been my favorite part of that entire thing, though.
Yeah.
He just turns around and goes, guys, what the fuck? Like, Tom, have you never been booed before?
Right.
Are you not aware of the fact that everybody in the NFL hates you?
That's true. Honestly, my favorite moment of the whole weekend was Edgerrin James. Like, kind of what he said at the end of it. He said, I came into this league with gold teeth, and I left with a gold jacket. I'm like, that's just awesome. I thought that was really fucking cool, man. Because that dude did shit his own way, but he backed it up. Yep. And now he's in Canton, and I think that's just cool, man. And obviously him being a Miami guy, like rooted for him throughout his career.
Yeah.
And obviously well deserved being in the Hall of Fame, but I just thought that was cool how he kind of ended.
You
his
also
speech.
look at what he did at the end of his career before he went to Arizona. Those last few years, he was part of a huge culture change in Indianapolis.
Yeah.
It wasn't just the fact, like, he was a great player.
Yep.
It was what he did for that organization on top of things.
Oh, I mean, you saw it, like, with him and Peyton and even Marvin Harrison was there. You saw, like, what kind of brotherhood that was, 100%. I mean, those guys are, boys for life. But that just shows what kind of teammate he was,
I was also very surprised. Peyton's funny.
Yeah, of course, Peyton. Yes.
The Nationwide guy was never really going to be that funny to me.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I actually gave him an opportunity to like speak and listen to him.
He's subtly funny. Absolutely.
Yeah, he was really funny.
You didn't know until now he was funny?
No.
Have you ever seen that SNL skit? It's one of the funniest SNL skits I've ever seen.
With him on SNL, I was a Peyton Manning hater.
So was
Brady or bust. Like this guy wasn't shit in my opinion.
I was pissed at him because of what he said when Woodson won the Heisman. He was fucking pissed that Woodson won the Heisman, which Woodson absolutely deserved the Heisman that year.
I was going to say the guy was the best player on offense and
defense.
He was the best.
He was the best football player, period, in college football.
I couldn't stand Peyton Manning, period, on the field. Period. I wasn't a fan of him on the field. Didn't root for any of his teams. I hoped he lost every game.
Yeah.
But when it came to his personality off the field,
no, I'd turn him off if I saw him on the field.
Yeah, he's funny.
I almost intentionally just stayed away from him as a personality just because of my hatred for him.
I would say it's one of my favorite SNL skits of all time. Is the one he did with the kids.
The one he did with the kids.
Oh, it's awesome, man. He's just gunning footballs at the kids.
He's just beating them in the head.
I don't give a shit about your kids.
Say, I might have to go back and watch this now.
I mean, you could YouTube it really quick. I'm sure it'll come right up, man. But
I'll wait until we're off.
But it's quite funny.
It is hilarious. Just thinking about it makes me laugh my ass off.
But yeah, he's actually sneaky funny.
Yeah, and I didn't expect that, I guess,
because you're right. You look at him and you wouldn't think that like he's that type of guy, but he's not afraid to make fun of himself.
That was
he doesn't take himself too serious.
He also is completely fucking insane, in my opinion, because he decided to make fun of Ray Lewis, and the last time somebody did that didn't go well. So
allegedly.
Well, it's not.
He's sitting there giving his speech, and he's like, "I only got 6 minutes because Ray's over here still giving his speech from 3 years ago."
That is funny though. I mean, it's just like OJ saying he doesn't want to go to LA because he might be next to the real killer. It's like,
if OJ's genuinely afraid,
all right, dude.
All right,
OJ, I would stay away from mirrors.
Yeah, you might want to stay away from mirrors.
That killer may just pop up every time you see him.
As soon as I saw that, I'm just like, really, dude? Come on.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, I thought Kelvin's speech was nothing exciting.
No.
I obviously wanted to hear if he had mentioned the Lions, if he did, what he would say. And he just left the entire topic alone. On top of that, my boy Chuck Woodson went in, and that speech...
That was awesome.
I mean, Chris Berman...
started singing Boys to Men, like coming out. That was awesome, man.
And then Chris Berman threw in, a little jab at Brady. He went through Woodson's stats, and he said he would have had one more fumble if it wasn't for a tuck rule.
Yeah, I thoroughly agree with that.
Yeah, and I mean, even as a Brady fan, that
was a fucking fumble, man.
Position.
Yeah, but
that was a fumble.
But as a Brady fan, you're also a Raiders fan, so your opinion in this is it nullifies each other out.
No, in that moment, I was a Raiders fan. That was literally the point I became a Patriots fan because I needed a team to root for. But yeah, that's my logic as a kid. I was like, well, fuck, I gotta root for somebody now, so I'll root for this guy.
He just beat my team.
Yeah, but I'm also like 10 years old at this point.
All right then.
I love when Chris gives somebody dead face and it's not me. I love when it's not me.
I'm just trying to.
He at least has a reaction afterwards.
I'm literally just trying to figure out this logic in my head. It's just going.
Well, so okay. the one that got it for me.
Look at Frank now. Look at the logic I use.
Yeah.
Then subtract 24 years. And think of how much less logic is being used in that thought.
So I was going to say
that's a scary thought.
I was going to say I can forgive it because it's 10-year-old Frank.
Right.
And 10-year-old Frank, yeah, you're like, all right, well, you don't have loyalty.
34-year-old Frank doesn't have that much logic. So 10-year-old Frank's got 24 less years of it.
That's fair.
Yeah, and as a kid, if somebody beats your team, you're just like, all right, well, that sucks. Maybe I'll root for this guy because I'd rather have them win than somebody else who didn't beat my team.
And at that point,
I don't know. I'm trying to help him out here, man.
I was a Michigan fan, so it was like Woodson's gone. Brady's a Michigan quarterback. At that point, I didn't realize, they couldn't even figure out that he was going to be the greatest quarterback and be a starter when he got to the league. But
yeah,
all those points aside.
Yeah, all that aside.
I was like, sweet, he's a Michigan guy. Let's go him. And like 2 years later, I went, I don't even fucking like Michigan.
No, you don't. Which, all right.
I have yet to get a strong grasp on your actual fandom rules because they're just all over the board, bro. Like they really are. I can't.
I did realize recently when it comes to hockey, I just enjoy the sport. Like you can.
Well,
but you are a Bruins fan.
I'm a Bruins fan.
Yeah.
But when it comes to being a fan, I'm a fan of almost every organization because there's somebody in that organization that I do enjoy watching play.
That's fair.
So you're more of a player.
Yeah.
Watcher.
There it is.
Yeah. Well, we've talked about this before.
Yeah,
that's kind of the way it goes in the world now.
My argument was always the one team I hated was Colorado, but with Cal McCarr, now part of the Avalanche, it's really hard to dislike this kid. He's probably one of the best defensemen that I've seen come into this league.
He's going to be an absolute stud in this league.
And watching him, it's like I can't even hate the Avs because this kid's just fantastic.
You can hate the Avs. You can absolutely hate the Avs. You can like the player. You don't have to like the team. Like you see players that do that with LeBron. Like every team he went to.
I had
like, I love the Miami Heat. No, you like LeBron. You don't like the Miami Heat. You like LeBron.
Speaking of LeBron,
oh good.
Oh jeez, here we go. Mention him.
Listen, I think you know where I'm going with this one, Chris. Because I thought you would bring it up at some point. I had to go watch that movie. Now I didn't have.
Oh yeah.
No, I didn't have to.
Yes,
but I did because when your 3.5-year-old, when you're going to take your 3.5-year-old to a movie, and she says she wants to go watch the movie with the characters on your shirt, which are the Looney Tunes from Space Jam.
You had to watch Matrix Jam.
Yeah, I watched Matrix Jam. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. And it was awful. It was fucking awful. It was so fucking bad. My daughter didn't even like it, honestly, and we just kind of sat through it. And it was just.
Does your
so-
daughter have to
it
sit
was
there
so
and listen to
fucking
how
bad.
much you hate LeBron sometimes? Is that maybe why she didn't enjoy it? Either?
No, I don't think she picks up on that yet.
Okay.
Yet. Although I do talk about hating LeBron a lot. Not as much as I hate Adam Gase, but still. But anyway, yeah, it was fucking brutal, and my thoughts on it from before I saw it are the same after I saw it. It was bad. Only thing that got me through it was actually they did really, like you said, they made fun of LeBron throughout the entire movie, which I thought was pretty funny that they had a movie starring LeBron making fun of LeBron.
Where they
But
blew
all right.
LeBron for like an hour and 58 minutes and spent 2 minutes making fun of him.
And they pretty much
That thing was 2 hours long.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
about.
Are you serious?
yeah.
Good Lord.
And
That's 2 hours of your life you'll never get back.
And at one point, they teased bringing in Michael Jordan, and all the Looney Tunes got all excited because Michael Jordan was coming in, and it turned out to be Michael B. Jordan.
oh shit! Now that is actually kind of funny.
It was fucking hilarious.
that is that. Now that would be funny. 100%.
I forgot which Looney Tune said you couldn't get Michael A. Jordan, so you got Michael B. Jordan.
I think it was Daffy who
That
said
is
it.
that
and
is
then,
funny.
And then LeBron, as soon as Michael B. Jordan comes walking in, LeBron's face, before Michael Jordan walked in, all you just saw was a shadow walking in, and LeBron was actually excited.
Yeah.
Because he was going to have Michael Jordan there to
Right.
help carry him. And
Oh, so we needed help.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And then once it was Michael B. Jordan, LeBron's face just turned to like sour milk. It was pretty funny. But
Come on, that's Apollo Creed.
very few good moments in that
Or
movie.
Adonis Creed. Sorry,
Adonis.
Adonis Creed.
Yes,
yes,
Apollo's
yes,
son.
Yes, Apollo's son.
Anyway, I digress.
Well,
Had to bring that up.
and I'm glad you did because you were talking about a bad movie. But I'll tell you what's not bad. Is my guy Jason Stiltner at Flagstar Bank. If you're looking to refinance or even consolidate debt, there's no better time to do it than right now. So give my guy Jason Stiltner at Flagstar Bank a call today at 248-675-0675. The rates are currently incredibly low, so don't miss out on this great opportunity. Also, mention the staff from Sports on Tap and get hooked up with $500 off. So once again, give my guy Jason Stiltner from Flagstar Bank a call today at 248-675-0675. Flagstar Bank, equal housing lender, member FDIC, NMLS number 27546. Done.
Good job.
Hey, thanks. Oh, we got a text message.
Ooh.
Oh. Click on it, see what it says. Chris, you should take your lady friend to see that movie.
I take my lady friend to see that movie.
That is hilarious.
Anybody want to take bets on who's the one who said that?
You should
Yeah, I see that
you
now.
should take your lady friend to see that movie.
No, she hates LeBron too. So
Wait a second. Was this your lady friend texting this?
No.
No? Oh.
Well, that's why I assumed it was.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know who it is, but that is funny.
Oh, that is funny.
And I actually just got fooled. I was getting a phone call on my phone.
Yeah.
And I almost answered it, thinking it was a phone
Oh,
call
shit.
coming,
You got all excited that
coming
it was
in
a phone
from
call for us.
coming in from Sports on Tap, but it was not. It was a call coming in to me.
They said they need a good nap.
Yeah.
I mean, you get a 2-hour one, and especially with these movie theaters now, they got the reclinable seats. So yeah, I can see it.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, and I did get kudos from your lady friend for being a good dad for taking her to see that. Which,
did.
Which, in all honesty, yes, I deserve some points for that. Normally, I say no, I'm just being a dad, but I deserve fucking points for that one because that movie was fucking awful.
I'm sorry, I don't want to waste $40 going to see a movie that I have no interest in
I
seeing.
should. Well, so there's a good thing. I had a free ticket for myself.
Okay.
I didn't have to pay much for her because she's 3.5. But
Right.
The experience of taking her to a movie is great. That movie was awful. I should have said no. I should have nixed it and taken her to see. They re-released Iron Giant, which I think she would have liked much better. But she really desperately wanted to see the characters on my shirt, and that was her thing. And she has the little toys too that she got at McDonald's.
There's your birthday present. You're done.
So, yeah, no, it was. I always loved being with her, and it was fun. She was still excited to be there, but yeah, that was one of those where I regret the actual movie choice.
Yeah.
Oh well, it is what
That
it is.
that happens. That happens.
Yeah.
Well,
So
yeah.
on to the next one.
On to the next one.
Are we done with the Hall of Fame talk?
No, we still go to like maybe Hall of Fame candidates for the next
Okay.
list coming up.
We'll do that, and then we'll make fun of Frank.
Yeah, I like that.
The other thing that I was going to mention, though, just because we were talking about Peyton, is he's actually being thrown around now as a rumored candidate for the next commissioner
Oh, I have.
the
Yeah,
NFL.
I have seen that here and there, and honestly, I think it'd be if he wants to do it. Which again, it doesn't seem like he wants to do much. Which I don't blame him, because he can do. He literally has his choice of what the hell he wants to do.
He was basically given a job on Monday night because he agreed to sit on his couch and FaceTime his brother.
Exactly. Exactly. So he can literally do whatever he wants.
Right.
So, and frankly, I don't know if he'd want the stress of being the commissioner of the NFL, because say what you want about it, that is an incredibly stressful job.
Oh, no doubt about it.
And yeah, you're going to make a shitload of money, but you're going to have a lot of people mad at you.
Yeah,
like
I
I
think the number I heard was about 40 mil.
Yeah. So frankly, I don't think it's something he'd want to do, just because you've seen him like after his playing career, and you've seen how that's gone. He's been more like laid back, relaxed. I don't know if he'd want to get in a high stress job like that.
Okay.
But if he does, if he actually wants to do it, I think he'd be a solid commissioner.
I think putting a player at that position would be a very interesting move, and I want to see how it would go.
Yeah, it is, and I think a player of that stature who, like, I think would kind of
respected
get it.
by everybody.
Yeah, I think would kind of get it, like both sides argument. I think he would get it. So, yeah, I would like to see it, but again, I don't think it's something that he wants to do. But if he does, cool, man. I'm all for it. Like, I dislike Roger Goodell. I think he's a terrible commissioner. But
it sounds like he's done after this contract.
Really?
And this contract is up before the next CBA.
Right.
So whoever takes that job is going to unfortunately be
and people say
judged on their first contract.
If people say, Goodell's a great commissioner. Well, he's a great commissioner for the owners, but I mean, it's the NFL. How hard is it to get these TV contracts? It's the most popular sport in America.
It's like shooting fish in a barrel.
Yeah,
and at this point, he's got TV contracts with every fucking company.
Exactly. So it's. I'm sorry, I'm not impressed by what you've done as NFL commissioner. I'm just not. And again, people dislike you because some of the stances you've taken on a lot of things. So.
But the chair move at the draft was a good move.
Anyways.
I'm sorry.
But yeah, like looking into next year's class for the Hall of Fame, I mean, Reggie Wayne needs to be in the Hall of Fame. I'm sorry. He should have got in before Calvin did. And we talked about this a while ago when it was, first announced that Calvin was like a finalist for the Hall of Fame, or that he actually got in. But yeah, Reggie Wayne is top of my list to actually get in. He should absolutely be in. And there's other players on the ballot with their first year of eligibility, with Andre Johnson, Anquan Bolden, DeMarcus Ware, Devin Hester, and Tony Romo. I'm looking at that list and I'm like, I don't think any of those dudes are first ballot.
I think Devin Hester deserves to be in.
I was going to say,
on
if you're going to put a return man in on the first ballot, he is the one who should go.
Yeah, absolutely. But I look at it this way: if you're going to put Devin Hester in as a returner or whatever, Steve Tasker needs to be in the Hall of Fame. Then. Yeah, 100% he needs to be in the Hall of Fame. That dude's a 3-time All-Pro. Like, that dude needs to be in the Hall of Fame. But obviously, with more special team players, it's it's going to take it. You're not going to get in on the first ballot, and frankly, you shouldn't. It's like a designated hitter. Like you're just not going to get on that first ballot. Because they don't take it serious.
Now, I'm going to mention a name for a first ballot candidate. They're not going to be eligible, I think, for another 2 or 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
But they're a kicker. Adam Vinatieri.
Oh, he should absolutely be in.
First ballot?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
100%.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not.
And you know how much special teamers. I didn't know if you felt that way across the board.
And you know how much I hate kickers.
Right.
But he should absolutely be in the Hall of Fame first ballot, 1,000%.
Yeah,
when you do it for almost 30 years, you deserve it.
And some of the clutch kicks you've made, you absolutely deserve to be in the Hall of Fame.
I despise kickers when it comes down to the real game, but I mean when it comes to what they actually do, the ones who are great at it are great at it. Period. And he was one of the best. So you can't hate on that.
Yeah, I just wasn't sure where you guys stood as far as the special teamers as a whole. I didn't know if it was just return men or. I think you felt the same about the gentleman who kicked the balls.
Yeah, I think the special teams kind of get overlooked sometimes, and if it's about being the best at what you do, right? So you can't compare a kicker or a kick returner to a quarterback or a running back.
Right.
Like, it's unfair. So in that case, you're never going to get a kick returner or a kicker into the Hall of Fame. So kickers need to be compared to other kickers and then be put in the Hall of Fame based on that. And kick returners haven't been given enough credit. And especially with the game now turning away from kick returns, they need to be given more credit for what they did in their time.
Right. Oh, absolutely.
When there was kick returns. I mean, guys like Devin Hester were super fucking exciting to watch. One of the most exciting players to ever step on the field.
Yep.
No, it's so hard with special teamers because I mean you're on the field. I mean, not even remotely as much obviously as offensive and defensive players, but to make the impacts that the guys we're talking about, like Devin Hester's and Steve Taskers and guys, to make the impacts that they made in a game and to get the accolades that they did, yeah, you gotta take a look at that. That meant something, and I think both of those guys should absolutely be in first ballot. No, but should they absolutely get in? Yeah, I think they should. But and like I said, as for kickers, like I said, you know how much I hate fucking kickers, but Adam Vinatieri absolutely belongs in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, I agree with that. All right.
Yep.
Next.
Do it.
Frank.
Hi.
You went down to Ford Field.
I had a little field trip this weekend. Yes, I did.
You had a little field trip. So what was? I just am curious. What was this event? Was this just like it was a practice where they hosted fans?
So if you want the truth on why I went, my dad called me.
Obviously, we want the truth.
I would prefer you lie to me.
Okay. I got offered a couple $1 million to go down there.
Okay.
And no.
Still not enough.
No, the truth behind the story is my dad called my brother and I up the other day and basically just mentioned that he had a couple tickets for some Lions thing on Saturday and wanted to know if we wanted to go.
Nice.
And I said, you know what, that's cool. I'll go.
Yeah.
I wasn't working. I've been off work for a couple weeks. My brother wanted to go. I figured just be some nice time to spend with my brother and my dad.
Yeah, it's good family time.
We got there, kind of figured out that it was more of an open practice. They had a nice little sale going on in the Lions Den, which is where
I say, did you just buy that?
Yeah.
Nice.
I picked up a nice Matt Stafford jersey.
It goes nice with your L hat.
Yeah, and that's kind of why I got it. I wanted to match it up.
Looks good.
Cost me a whole $25.
Nice.
So I figured, why not?
Sounds like a Dwight Schrute outfit.
I thought I was going to get a Calvin jersey on top of it, but turns out the Calvin jerseys were not on sale.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Come to find out, it's only the players that weren't there anymore.
Oh.
Barry and Calvin were the exceptions.
Of course.
So, yeah, it was more of just like a little family fun day with an open practice. And we just hung out, watched the practice, and listened to the speech you're about to hear.
Yes.
Okay. Well,
go.
Here it is.
Look, here's my message to you fans is this. I want you to envision right now that we're all in the backyard because Ford Field is our backyard, okay? And we've got our fire pit in the backyard, right? And so we got our beer, we got our hot dogs, we got our wine, kids got the marshmallows ready to go. All right, let me tell you something. We're going to bring the firewood and we're going to light the flame.
Let me tell you something.
But you guys know at some point it gets late in the night, man. And you really want to see the show and see how high you can get this thing to burn. You'll douse it with gasoline, and that's what we need from you. All right?
So that was the intro to what we were at.
That was the beginning?
That was the beginning.
Okay.
That was like right around 11:30ish. He kicks that off with that. And, at that moment, the only reaction I could think of was to take my phone and text the two of you immediately.
I'm glad you did. Because the fuck is he talking about? Like, seriously.
I don't know. I just knew at that point I was promised beer and marshmallows.
Did you get either of those?
I didn't get either one. I didn't get wine. I didn't get graham crackers. I didn't get nothing.
Like, listening to that thing, the whole time I'm just like, what the fuck is this guy talking about?
I wish I even knew.
Oh, my God.
I've been very specific with what I've said about this guy because being one of the few fans.
Did you see that?
No. When did Stone Cold Steve Austin start coaching the Lions? Oh, yeah, brother.
Don't ever disrespect Stone Cold like that again.
Right? Yeah, like I take offense to that from Stone Cold's point of view.
I was gonna say
Like,
this is a late '80s wrestler.
was
This
just-
is not
Campbell-
Attitude Era wrestler.
Campbell 316 says.
at least compare him to like Hulk Hogan or
Yeah.
Macho Man or something. And speaking of that,
All right, ladies and gentlemen.
What the dude?
I wanted this job bad.
And I am a motivational speaker.
All right, here's what I know.
Yeah.
This community is strong. This place has been kicked, it's been battered, it's been bruised.
You got the race car helmet in it.
I can sit up here and give you coach speak all day long. None of that matters, and you guys don't want to hear it anyway.
I'm sick and tired of living in a van down by the river.
Here's what I do know. You've had enough of that shit.
Yeah.
This city's been down, and it found a way to get up. We're going to kick you in the teeth.
Well, you know me, Gene, we really don't know what we're dealing with here, man.
All right, and when you punch us back, we're going to smile at you, and when you knock us down,
Grab his dick and twist it.
we're going to get up. And on the way up, we're going to bite a kneecap off.
Twist is good.
All right, and we're going to stand up, and then it's going to take 2 more shots to knock us down.
Reckless abandon.
All right, and on the way up, we're going to take your other kneecap,
I didn't blame anyone for the loss of my legs.
and we're going to get up, and then it's going to take 3 shots to get us down.
I don't give a rat's behind.
And when we do, we're going to take another hunk out of you.
I'll bite your legs off. We're gonna wrestle around.
Before long, we're going to be the last one standing.
You're not going to amount to jack squat. Yeah.
I'm the dude.
That was outstanding.
That-
That was great. Well done, sir.
he's the dude. Oh yeah.
That was great. Holy shit.
but at that moment, when he grabbed the mic,
Holy fuck.
and before the video cuts in, what you don't see is he wasn't walking around with a microphone. He was walking around with the entire mic stand at one point, like Steven Tyler-esque.
No, I get it. Yeah.
Yeah,
I pick things up, I put them down.
right. And then he sets it back down, and that's when he just takes the mic and he starts going up and down the field while this jabron's fucking talking to him. And
Jabron.
I don't know who this guy is.
Well, this is Jabrone's talking to him.
sorry.
Meanwhile, it's Roger Goodell.
No, this was before Goodell starts talking to him. So he's walking up and down the sidelines watching them practice, and this guy's just talking, asking him questions, and he's not paying any fucking attention. And he gets asked like 4 times what he has to say to the fans. And finally he grabs the mic and he just goes, "Yeah, all right." And then he goes into that. I'm like, this guy wasn't paying attention.
Yeah.
I don't think he had any idea of what was actually asked, like through the process of that. And then he goes into his promo, and
I love how you call it a promo because that's really what it is.
That's really what it was.
That's what it is.
That's legit.
like,
That's exactly what it was.
Like I was saying, I've been very specific about what I've said about him as a coach, but when it comes to him as a personality, you guys have hit it spot on. This guy is an 80s wrestler.
He's a fucking cartoon. He is,
And it is incredible to watch. It's not going to go well. Like, I fully agree with you on that. But I'm going to enjoy the shit out of watching this one.
He's like one of those. He's like an '80s wrestler that was only on the cartoon wrestling.
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
the WWE wrestling show.
Yeah.
Like it was one of those guys they introduced on there, and he was just a crazy ass wrestler character, not actually a wrestler that they had live on shows like a real person.
Right,
Because
yeah.
that would just be like he's just not.
It would be like one of those guys that was on like the Saturday morning show.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like live event or whatever the hell it was called. He'd be like one of those guys. He's not on like Raw or you know, anything like that.
Here is my challenge, though, for this organization.
Oh.
Nothing to do with football.
Oh.
Nothing to do with anything other than that, man. You need to find him his Mean Gene.
Oh, Jesus.
If he is going to be this personality and you're going to steer right into it like you have, you need to find him a Mean Gene.
Well, you could probably
Because
do that
that's
with...
what made Hulk great. That's what made Macho Man great, is the fact they had somebody like Mean Gene to feed into it.
I'm sure you can do that with the entire staff at 97.1 since they're going to be doing the game. Dan Miller is his Mean Gene, 100%.
Yeah.
Dan Miller is his Mean Gene.
Yeah, I was gonna say not the whole staff at 97.1.
The majority of the staff.
The majority.
Are they
There's
going
still
to be
some
back
staff
at
that are not
97.1?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I hadn't heard anything.
Mean
either way.
Gene or Dan Miller.
Yeah, they
is his Mean Gene.
They tucked tail and went back to 97.1.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, that's not a surprise to anybody.
No, it isn't. But yes, yeah, Dan Miller.
So their afternoon host keeps his job, and they get football back, and everybody's happy.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, I hope Dan Miller does it.
Oh, he will.
And I hope he's good at it.
Oh, he holds
He will be. Dan Miller is good at what he does, and he's good at hyping up the Lions.
Oh, yeah, he holds that team's water, 100%.
He basically, he rows that boat.
Yeah, exactly why Mark Champion got fired, because he didn't row that boat.
Yeah, and Dan Miller knows where his bread and butter comes from.
Oh, 100%.
And he rows that boat, and he rows it well. And who knows what his real opinion is, but he's not going to tell you because he's going to row that boat.
Yep.
Okay. Well, I hope he can put on his suit and tie and show up on Sundays.
Oh, yeah.
And be the best damn Mean Gene that this world's ever seen.
He absolutely will.
Shy of Mean Gene.
That's what he does.
I want them to showcase as much Dan Campbell as possible. You know why? I don't hate this man on a level
It's going to be the most entertaining thing about this franchise.
I don't hate him on a level of I don't want to see him.
I want to see him.
Like Adam Gase. I want to see this ship that is the Lions. I want to see Dan Miller at the front rowing, and I want to see Dan Campbell at the back as it hits the iceberg and it's going down like the Titanic. I want to see him at the back of the boat playing the fucking violin as this ship goes down. Because he's a sideshow.
I like it.
But this will be, honestly, the first year since I don't remember when that I won't complain about this team. As long as he's entertaining.
Oh, he'll be entertaining.
I am going to get my money's worth.
Oh, he'll be plenty entertaining. We have a season's worth of drops coming up from this season.
We got a season's worth of drops just from an off season.
It's gonna be glorious.
I had a season worth of drops from his opening press conference.
I know that, but now we're gonna have so many.
It's gonna be
glorious. Showed up to a second one in a fucking NASCAR helmet,
and he wants to wrestle around.
It's gonna be glorious. I mean, we're gonna have so many drops for so many different things. It's gonna be great.
And I mean, you guys asked me earlier. People asked over the weekend how the team look. They were fucking playing against themselves. It's a crap ass team playing against their crap ass selves. Yeah, one of them lost. I don't know which one.
There you go.
Didn't pay any fucking attention, but somebody lost. Somebody won.
You don't keep score in practice.
They were celebrating touchdowns. I can assure you of that.
Well, I hope they celebrate them in practice because they're not going to celebrate too many during game day.
Nope.
But yeah, this organization really hired an 80s wrestler.
Yeah, that's exactly what this organization did.
And it took me seeing him in person to finally accept that.
Even though we told you.
And here's the thing. You guys say a lot about this team.
Yeah.
And a lot of it's true.
Yeah.
Just is. But you also say something, and it's like Joe with Adam Gase. We want to talk about that earlier. Some things you say might not necessarily be the whole truth. So I was like, you guys just fucking hate the team. This guy's giving you a reason to say shit. Okay.
But we praised the front office.
And
like what they did in the offseason.
Right.
I was going to say, we praised most of the offseason with them. The players.
Yeah.
You praised
staff.
every move, legitimately every move, with the exception of the coaching.
Yeah, with the exception of arguably the most important move.
Right.
That this organization
you even
needed.
Supported the assistants that were hired.
Yes, 100%.
The only more important move would have been the GM, and we support that.
Yeah.
We support
he
all
said things. I have
have
no idea what the fuck he said.
Well, yeah, because
after that, I totally forgot what anybody said.
Yeah, because he doesn't go out there like an 80s wrestler and give his fucking promo and then drop the mic. I mean, because the GM isn't supposed to do stupid clowny shit like that.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
But
I will tell you this.
He was delivered with a bow Saturday morning.
Oh, it's gonna be some glorious shit.
It was full.
This year.
He's gonna have action figures, wrestling buddies, the whole bit. I'm convinced by the end of the season.
If he proves me wrong, I am so confident he won't. If he proves me wrong, I will literally buy a Lions jersey with the name Campbell on the back of it.
You will buy a Dan Campbell jersey from the 0-16 season.
Yes.
On top of drinking out of my shoe.
Well, no, that's just if he has a winning season. Like, that's just a winning season.
But what would be proving
well, that would
me wrong?
be yeah, you're right. That would be proving me wrong. So yes, if he proves me wrong, and also, my statement is he's not going to be here more than 3 years, even though he has a 6-year contract. Made the statement with Matt Patricia turn out to be true. He will not be here more than 3 years, and if he is, then I will buy the jersey. I'll do the drinking bit.
So you'll do the drinking bit
if they have
he has a winning season. If he's here for a 4th season.
If he starts his 4th season, I will then buy a Dan Campbell 0-16 Lions jersey. Done.
Okay. I'm sure we can find one somewhere.
A black one or Honolulu blue?
I think at this point we just got to take whatever we find.
Yeah.
Those hideous black ones?
This guy is going to prove me so right that I am not worried about this one fucking bit.
No, I don't think you should be worried about it one fucking bit.
Somebody on Twitch just said hashtag free drip.
That's what's up, Jose? That's Jose, who might be a star of a new segment coming up.
Oh yeah,
at a certain point.
I was going to ask about that. We need to get that going.
Yeah, we might get that going. We're working on a possible new comedy segment a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, it's 2 spicy minutes with a Puerto Rican. So that might be happening. We're working on that behind the scenes.
Yeah.
I need to hear this conversation after we're done.
Oh yeah.
Yes. He's got to make a presentable case for the segment.
Yes.
And then we will carry the 2 spicy minutes with a Puerto Rican segment.
Yes. I think that'd be great if it happens.
Is he the spicy Puerto Rican?
Yeah.
Then I'm a lot less interested than I was 30 seconds ago.
It's 2 spicy minutes with a Puerto Rican. He's the Puerto Rican. It's 2 spicy minutes. It's not 2 minutes with a spicy Puerto Rican.
Regardless, he's the Puerto Rican.
Yeah.
All right, then I'm out.
Fair enough.
There's a lot of things I sign up for with a Puerto Rican woman, but I don't know, Jose. No offense, buddy, but I don't know if I'm signing up for.
What did he just admit to?
I'm not sure. Honestly, I'm not sure.
He admitted to something. I'm not sure what it is, though, at this point.
I'm down for 2 spicy minutes with a Puerto Rican woman.
Okay, then.
Jose, I don't know you, buddy. Sorry. He's laughing.
So if you did know him, you'd be down for 2 spicy minutes with a Puerto Rican man? Is that what you're saying?
Probably not.
I'm trying to figure out what you're saying here.
I mean, I don't really give definite yeses or no's, but
Exactly.
probably not going to be my thing.
That's what she said.
Nice. Oh, good lord.
Oh, he wants me to get to know him now.
He's actually pretty funny, which is why this segment will probably be pretty funny. We just have to put it together, Jose. You got to put that segment together, bud.
Yeah.
We're all on board. We all agree. We will put the 2 minutes on the air. You just have to give us something worthwhile putting on.
All right. So and the jersey number is 89.
Okay. All right.
I haven't found one for sale yet.
Oh,
but
sure.
I found a picture of him at least in the jersey, so I know what number to get.
Yeah. We'll make it happen.
We'll
get one of those Chinese knockoffs.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. Yeah, I'll order from Wish.
I think they make a Chinese knockoff of a damn.
You can put whatever name you want on it.
I'll order it from Wish.
There you go. Yeah, I like it. Do we have a cameo this week?
Yes, we do.
We do.
I put together a cameo this week.
You guys are done making fun of me?
I think it's enough for 1 week.
Damn.
Yeah, I mean, there's only so much we can say. We really didn't make fun of you. I mean, even though you say you're ready to run through a wall for this guy like many, many fucking times, which you're going to have brain damage.
No, I said that this past weekend about John Lynch's Hall of Fame.
Yeah, it made you want to run through the wall.
Well, you know, I've made mention before, the only team that I actually have ever hated in the NFL is the 0-2 Bucks. And John Lynch was...
Why did you hate the 0-2 Bucks?
Because they beat the fuck out of the Raiders in the Super Bowl.
Oh, that's not their fault.
No,
that's
was John Gruden's
fault.
100%
that's John Gruden's fault.
At that point, I just hated them for it. We didn't have the beautiful thing that this internet is for me to learn that then.
This is part of the fandom of Frank that I can't grasp. It just doesn't line up sometimes.
For the two of you and for anybody else who's trying to follow along with my fandom, my advice is to just listen and not try to figure it out. Because there isn't logic here.
No, there isn't. I've tried to put logic in it.
It's what I feel at any given moment.
Like, I've literally asked you so many questions sometimes that I feel like I'm grilling you about your fandom, but I just am really trying to get behind.
It's good because I feel like I am grilled about my fandom quite often.
Well, because I try to get behind the thought process of it. And I just can't. It's impossible to.
You've known me for how long though?
Long enough now. Yeah.
You know that I'm not the type of person that you want to try to think like.
It's just
my brain works in just a different way.
That's very true.
Sometimes it just doesn't work.
I actually regret times where we actually do think alike.
I actually do have a grind my gears before we.
Oh, you do have a grind.
Before we get to the cameo,
I actually have one as well.
Awesome.
Okay.
You know what really grinds my gears?
So people who overreact to a summer league basketball game, especially the first one, like the other night, the Pistons first summer league game, Cade Cunningham's debut as a Piston debut. And like after the game, of course, people were like, "Oh, they should have taken Green instead of Cade Cunningham." It's the first fucking summer league game. Chill the fuck out. Like they're saying, "Oh, he was playing off the ball. He should have the ball all the time." Dude, they're trying to round his game into form, like get an all-around, well-rounded game. Chill the fuck out. He's gonna be fine. Relax, people.
He also wasn't a part of this team until like 7 days ago.
Exactly, and people were already flipping out that he's a bust already.
Well,
Stop it.
Not to mention, it's not his fault he's playing off the ball. He's being coached.
Exactly.
First of all. Second of all, it's the first game of the summer league.
Chill.
It's not even the first game of the preseason. It's the first game of summer league. Summer league
Chill.
didn't even exist until like 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, chill out, people. Relax. He's gonna be fine. Chill. They made the right pick. Relax, Frank.
You know what really grinds my gears?
All right. So this one has absolutely nothing to do with sports.
Don't care.
But this
Doesn't
is
matter.
something I thought about the other day, and it just holds true today because of my beverage. Grinding my gears. Paper straws are starting to grind my gears. And I'm all for it. We're saving the turtles, not using the plastic. I get all that. But is there a better product to use to sip liquid through than paper? Like,
Yeah,
paper
plastic.
gets soggy.
Yeah, plastic.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, the turtles are going to do what turtles do, and
Yeah,
I'm
like a regular straw.
yeah, like I'm kind of the point where it's like, okay, we tried this, it didn't work. Let's get back to it. But here I am drinking out of a fucking paper straw, and it bothers me.
This is why you got to go to like McDonald's or Taco Bell and just steal a bunch of fucking straws and keep them in your car. And
I'm
put
just
that.
gonna go to Meijer and buy
Or do
boxes
that.
of like 1,000 straws, and they're gonna be purple and green and orange and pink and shit. But
Or do that.
it's gonna be better than a fucking paper one.
I can't be worse.
It
Yeah.
really can't be worse.
I back up your comment on that one. Those do irritate me a little bit.
And I gave them a try.
Hey, you gave him a fair
You
chance.
did. You did your part.
Yeah, I tried. Sorry, turtles. My satisfaction with my beverage to me right now is more important.
We did have another comment from Steve from Bald Man Entertainment. He said he reminds him of Terry Funk.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. That's a really good
A
one.
little bit less hardcore, but
Although
I mean, if we get some barbed wire and tables, though, I'm
See,
totally convinced that he'll just put himself through
I
it.
can see him doing that. That's
Yeah.
why it's a good comparison.
Maybe like a hacksaw a little bit.
Yeah, somewhere around like
Yeah, kinda
Hacksaw,
like a hybrid.
Mick Foley,
Mick Foley,
Terry
yeah,
Funk
kinda like a
type of-
hybrid type
yeah,
thing, yeah.
like he actually would like smash his head with barbed wire.
Yeah,
just to
I can
make a
totally
point.
see that. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Cactus Jack. Absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
That's a
think
great
Foley
one.
smiled too much though to be Campbell. Terry Funk's a good one. Though.
Yeah, that's a solid. That's
was
a good call.
Solid reference.
That's a
Steve.
good call. Absolutely.
Especially that ECW time. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good. Yeah, that's a good call. Good comparison. 100%.
If we get you a jersey, can we just put Funk on the back instead of Campbell?
put the dude on the back.
The dude.
Down. I am fucking down.
I like it. I like it. Nice.
All right, so cameo shit show for the week is Tommy Chong.
Use
Tommy
your word.
Chong.
Use your words, man.
I forgot. I looked at so many of them. I forgot who I chose. I chose Tommy Chong, I believe.
Okay.
What else were you doing when you decided
Okay,
to go with
this
Tommy
first
Chong?
shout out of the Saturday goes to Brad, and it's from Sherry,
Look at the big brain on Brad.
and it's a roast. Oh no, it's a birthday party. Brad's 59th birthday. Happy birthday, B-Rod. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday, B-Rad. Happy birthday, You're from the Kootenays in BC. You're gonna be 59. That's pretty cool. And I had some Kelowna Bud. In fact, I got it. That's what I'm smoking now. I mean,
Bud from Kelowna, BC.
Vancouver.
I understand what that
we
is.
just got
Yes.
turned down at the airport because the passport and the tickets didn't match. But anyway, that's our problem. It's not Brad's. It's Brad's 59th birthday. So I want everybody to get together and sing "Happy Birthday, Brad! Happy Birthday, happy." Oh, and he plays golf. Oh, I'm a good golfer too. And you're great with kids. Yeah, I have to be because there's so many in our family. We got kids up there, yin yang. Well, they were up there, and then they were born. Okay, Brad, happy birthday, dude. And remember, it's from Sherry. So
oh my
Sherry.
God!
Buy Sherry a present on your birthday. That's a good idea, isn't it?
Yeah.
Alrighty then.
That was something.
I expect nothing different from
No,
Tommy Chong.
no, that was pretty
About
much
3 minutes of talking. No idea what he said
No,
other than he was smoking weed at one point.
Oh yeah, he was totally baked, 100%.
And the guy's name is
Brad.
B-Rad, or B-Rod. One of those three.
I think
Happy birthday, happy birthday.
I can see Frank doing that when he's fucking baked.
Well, here's my question. And truth be told, I have never tried to sing Happy Birthday well baked.
Now he's gonna try it. I need video of this.
Now he's gonna.
But the amount of people on Cameo that I've seen fuck up the birthday song.
Happy birthday.
Yeah.
Happy
Is it
birthday.
that difficult of a song?
And then he had to correct himself. He's like, well, you got kids up the yin yang around here. Well, they're not up the yin yang anymore. They were born, so. Like, what? Jesus, man.
That was great.
You have smoked yourself retarded.
Yeah, he has.
And back.
Wow.
Oh, that
great. Was fantastic.
That was great. Yeah. That was solid.
Man still sings my favorite Christmas song of all time.
I don't know what that is.
No,
Santa Claus and his old lady.
Oh.
Seriously. We're on the way home. Take a listen.
I might do that.
It is a Tommy Chong Christmas song.
I'm not going to do that.
Well, you're already home, so.
I said.
Well, I do have a phone and I can just YouTube it and listen to it, but yeah, I'm not going to do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're not either.
I'm not either. No, probably not. So, anything else we want to get into for the show? No.
Nope.
All right.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Again, stay tuned. We have some things coming up. We are not only working on our Sunday football show that we're going to have.
Yes.
We have a few more advertisers coming on and sponsors coming on. We have an apparel line that we are working on.
Yes, that's
news to all of us.
It was news to me and Frank. We didn't know anything about this, but
Yeah,
yes, I saw some of it today. It actually, guys, it looks pretty sweet. So, I'm excited about that.
Wait, you got to see it?
I did.
What the fuck?
You'll get when you got here. We were deep into working on the phone call.
Yeah,
and stuff,
I know.
all that shit. So. I'll show you at this show.
Right.
But, yeah, we're working on an apparel line, and hopefully, we're not going to give a timeline, but maybe within a few weeks we'll have that up and running, and we'll be able to...
Sometime in the next month.
Yeah. So it's being worked on right now, and stay tuned for more things. All right, that's going to do it for tonight's show. We want to thank everybody for voting for us.
Yeah, vote for us again
And then-
when we go up against Tyson.
Yep, please vote for us again against Pod Jerky, who was the podcast that hosted it. Vote for us one more time. We appreciate it. We won the tournament, but we want one more vote, please. We appreciate it. Give us a like, a share, and a follow on our social media like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Twitch, and YouTube. You can find all of our podcasts on your favorite podcast provider. As always, check out our website, sotdet.com. We want to thank everybody for listening and or watching. On behalf of Chris and Frank, I'm Joe. We are Sports on Tap Detroit. See you next Tuesday.
And that is it for us today.
No! God, please, no!
Bye, have a great time.
No! God!
Bye, guys.
No. Bye, buddy. No!
Goodbye.
No! Goodbye! No!
It's never goodbye.
Hey,
You know, we've been through our ups and been through our downs.
You were meant to be here tonight.
You guys will always be in my heart.
Great moments are born from great opportunities.
I think the most important part is that we all stay together throughout.
Don't give up. Don't ever give up.
Live. Fight like hell. The best thing I have ever done, the best thing I will ever do, is be a dad.
God, I love you guys. Mamba out.